So, John Christophe is going to make probably the most popular restaurant dish in the country. It's a steak au poivre. JC, I want to know, because I actually think I'm a bit of a whiz at making steak au poivre. What, in your mind, is a perfect steak au poivre?
I think the secret is very simple. It's not to add too much pepper.
Not too much pepper.
Yeah, and also using the right pepper.
Right pepper.
Now, what I want to do is to use this...
to be cool, of course.
It's going to be what?
You've got to be cool.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But you can see, people imagine steak au poivre, or pepper or beef, is completely coated with pepper. Obviously, it's impossible to, you know. Anyway, what I've got here first is quality beef.
Quality beef?
This is coming from a very special breed.
Yeah.
It's been aged for 4 weeks, and you cannot find more lean.
It's actually, it comes from a special farm as well. It's called Northfield Farm, and it's a longhorn beef, which apparently doesn't develop an outside coating of fat before it develops the marbling in the middle of the beef. And it's beautiful beef. I love longhorn meat as well.
No far from Leicester.
Yes, Leicester. We call it Leicestershire. I can't even say it myself now. Leicestershire.
Okay, before we start, what we want is to have a hot pan. I've got this beautiful fillet, and I've got a pepper. Now,
that pepper's interesting, because I've seen in restaurants lots of very coarse pepper, and that's nice and fine without it being a powder, isn't it?
That's right.
That's good.
And in a way to recognize if it's not too strong is to put your nose like this and try to sniff it very good. I mean, obviously, without trying to
quite.
Okay? Now, when I'm saying about displaying your pepper on your beef,
yes,
it's very important that the salt and the pepper is going to be obviously done in portions, yeah?
Yes.
Now, what I would suggest is to do that maybe 5 or 10 minutes before we cook it to make sure the seasoning is going to start curing the meat.
In the beef.
Okay.
Are you going to leave them whole, or are you going to cut them?
That's right. Therefore, what I tend to do, I'm going to serve with some chips, oven chips, which I've got a lovely jacket, some garlic, a little bit of butter, and some olive oil. Now, I'm going to use some olive oil.
Okay.
This way. Now, what's happening is the pan has to be extremely hot, because what we want is, while we're cooking the beef, we want to make sure...
Yes, what do you want?
We want to make sure that the beef, the meat, will let behind some residue on the pan, which will help to make a fantastic sauce.
Oh, those nice gungy bits at the bottom, yeah?
That's right.
You understand gungy?
No, I don't, but I imagine what you're trying to say there.
And you're going to say quite thick, so it's going to be quite rare in the middle, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Now you can acknowledge and smell the pepper in contact with the hot temperature. Okay. Now we're going to see which one is going to cook the first, yeah?
Okay. Now you don't want to slice them or anything.
What we need to do, because we're talking such high quality of meat, you're going to make sure, first, you don't overcook it.
Yes.
Now, as rare, which I like it the most, medium rare, I'm going to make sure it's nice and pink, red and pink inside.
I reckon you're going to have a problem.
I'm going to leave that.
We'll see.
I'm going to leave it for the moment.
Okay.
Now, what I want to do is to make us some chips. I'm using jackets. I like the starch of the jacket potatoes.
Okay.
Now, before we start anything, I'm going to make up a surface which will keep the potatoes nice.
That's a good tip.
Okay?
Yeah.
In order not to... Now...
I notice you're leaving the skin on.
I do. Skin contain a lot of flavors, a lot of vitamins, and also will allow more crisp.
Crispy.
Crispy, yeah. Now, I'm going to slice that.
Okay.
Very informal, nothing, you know. And this is more likely. Now you can see my fingers are getting a bit sticky on the potatoes, which I think...
The pepper's going down my throat. Right. Now you're going to do these in the oven, aren't you?
That's right. Now, let me turn the beef over. Therefore, you've got to take your time. Okay? Get a color on both sides of the beef.
Yeah.
And now you can smell the beef is starting to give that fantastic
I need some
aroma.
of that wine in a minute.
Okay. Anthony?
Yes.
If you want to make the perfect chips, I suggest you use a container, put your chips into that, a little bit of seasoning, always, salt especially, okay?
So these are obviously more healthy option than deep frying them, yeah?
Totally, absolutely. You're dealing with olive oil and potatoes.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to put some garlic. Now, the garlic doesn't have to be chopped, obviously. Okay. I just want to press it like this. Just a little bit.
Very butch, very butch.
To release the juice. Sorry, apologize for that. Now, it's important that before you put it in the oven, you're going to make sure the oil is nicely coated around
Lovely,
the chips. Okay, I'm going to use
those in the oven,
this in there. That goes in oven. Now, I suggest you can put some herbs like rosemary, thyme, or anything similar.
No, you don't need to, though, do you? Okay,
the most important part, actually, of steak au poivre, making a steak au poivre, is this part.
Okay, this is the sauce.
Into my flavors. The beef should be cooking enough for me, okay?
Do you want me to pop those just to warm up in the oven?
While
you're waiting?
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
I'll put them on the chips
Thank
for
you.
you. Otherwise, I think they'll be a bit blue.
There we
Here you
are.
are. Just pop them in here.
With the chips, why not? Thank you. Now, the pan is now leaving some residue with a little bit of colors and a lot of flavors. What we want to do now is the most important thing is to put the cognac in.
Flambe.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, hey, we like that.
Now, we're going to give a bit of time for the alcohol to evaporate, which is very important. Otherwise, everything turns very bitter. Then I'm going to put some wine. Sample for the wine. Make sure you evaporate the alcohol. We're going to leave it reduce. Then we're going to put some stock, then some double cream, the green peppers, and then the butter. Now, before I put the stock in, I'm going to use some chicken stock.
Okay.
I want to make sure this has been reduced. Logically, you should be adding about the same amount of stock to the white one, the alcohol, that's right.
And you're using green peppers because they're softer, yeah?
That's right. Now you can look, the sauce is starting to color, which is from the residue.
Yeah.
Now, the most important part, which people tend to mislead, is the double cream.
Okay.
Never boil the double cream. Just make sure that the thickness of the cream will match with the thickness of the sauce and the stock.
Maybe I've been doing something wrong all these years. I've been boiling my double cream, and I even noticed Gary Rhodes boiling his double cream. Oh, Gary, we've learned something new today.
Okay, now I'm going to put the double cream now, now, which should be no more than the same amount of the stock and the alcohol.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it like this. Then add your butter. I've got some unsalted butter, which I think is a little bit more refined.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave it like
salty
this.
butter has too many waters and liquids.
And finally, the green peppers. Now, I will avoid putting the juice. Just put the... It's a fantastic, by the way.
Nice soft green pepper. I like chewing on those.
Now, I'm going to go into the oven, check on the beef. Now, I suggest, now look at those chips. I mean, it's extraordinary. Now, I'm going to put... Look at that beautiful piece of...
I reckon that one's the one to... Now, I should point out, if people want it a bit more well cooked, they should probably cut it in half and do it quicker like that, yeah?
That's right.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to verify the seasoning, always at the last minute.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's you like to verify this. I like that. Verify this evening. We would say check.
Can you go over there? I can't believe it. Even at the last show, he's having a pop at me.
No, I'm just... Everyone learned. I don't know enough French.
Crispy. And you can acknowledge the chips, the skin of the chips are giving that amazing... Now, let's go over there, please, Anthony.
Gino, I've learned so much. JC, I've learned so much from you. Look, my clothes sense has changed. Everything's changed about me. I have to say, this is one of the classic,
a little bit of chervil just on the side, and that's it. Very simple, perfect.
There you go, a fantastically popular dish from one of the nation's most popular chefs.
Thank you.